There are some things nobody should catch you doing, especially as a grown man that has a young wife and a little daughter, and then you take your phone and tweet something as insensitive and, for lack of better words, as foolish as this. So Pisco made a tweet a few days ago saying that why are feminists always over 30 and why are they always the ones with inner beauty? As much as that's actually quite funny because we all know that there are feminists below 30s and there are beautiful feminists, that's not even a discussion. We knew what he was driving at. Hey pod fams, welcome to another video. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are fine. If you're doing great, drop a heart emoji in the comment section so we'll know that you're doing wonderful. If you're new here, hi, my name is Benari Bello, and on this podcast we talk about important topics that drive self-development and also drives good conversation. We also tell stories of subscribers and followers that need advice. So join the family, let's reason together. We do a lot of that here and we also have fun. Without further ado, let's continue today's topic. For this video, I'm going to try as much as possible to not be insultive because this conversation is not to throw insults or it's not to attack P Square himself, but to address the conversation and the mindset of men like him. He's part of the people I'm talking about, but I'm not directly attacking him as a person. I don't have anything against him. He's a musician that have sung beautiful songs for us all these years and he's a great musician. I have nothing against him but this, okay? So we're addressing this conversation generally. Let's get right into it. There are only two types of men that would tweet something like this, okay? There is the quality of certain people, okay, that would never open their mouth and say things like this. The only type of people, there are two types of men that would tweet something like this or they have this kind of mindset. The first category of men that would tweet something like this are men that are trash. And they know that they are trash. And they hate the fact that now women no longer accept trash. And why do they no longer accept trash? Because there are women that have stood up to speak on topics like this, to speak on the oppression of women, to speak on the freedom of women, to, try to enlighten women to love themselves. You know, the entire stance of feminism, right? There are women that keep talking about these things and men like this hate women like that because they are educating other women and they are making them wise and love themselves. And, they are no longer gullible to fall on the feet of trashy men that don't deserve it, of men that have not done the work to become better human beings, right? Men like that attack feminists. Men like that are men that tweet things like this because they want to water down the message so it doesn't hold value anymore. The second category of men that would tweet something like this are men who genuinely do not love the women in their lives. They think they do, but they don't. They don't like their daughters. They don't like their wives. They don't like their mothers. Yes, even their mothers. They don't like their sisters. They might think they love them because of the things that the sisters and their wives are doing for them. But in the real sense, they don't. In the real sense, they're not going to sacrifice anything for these women. They don't love them. Because see, there is one thing about men that love the women in their life, at least their daughters, okay? Because their daughters are people they're not expecting anything from. Their mothers, most people love their mothers because their mothers do things for them. Okay, our mothers sacrifice a lot for us, our fathers sacrifice a lot for us. Okay, our sisters always, they are the ones that do things around the house in a typical dysfunctional family because there's no reason why the daughters should be the only ones doing things around the house, but I digress, okay? Now, the daughters are usually the ones that they feel like, oh my God, I brought this child into this world, my precious tweenie, my precious baby, my precious girl. They want to protect their girls. Usually, when a man becomes a father to a girl, you see that they start to change. You see that they start to have a different orientation towards women because now they have a daughter that they really love and all of a sudden they want to protect the daughter. All of a sudden they're realizing that their fellow men are a threat to the safety of their daughters. All of a sudden they're realizing that men are evil. Oh my God, they start to see the dangers that their daughter is surrounded by because of the way the men have been cultured, have been trained, and have been socialized, right? So they start to see it, but at least they start to see it at some point because they have a daughter now and they love that child. So for a man that has a daughter that's still a baby, babies would usually give you that, oh my God, my precious daughter, my precious baby, because I think he already has daughters. I'm not sure, I don't really follow him or know details about his life, okay? There's just this tweet that caught my eye and I'm like, we need to talk about this because there are too many men that have the same orientation as him. And it's not even about the whole 30-year-old thing or inner beauty thing. Like, who cares? I don't understand. You don't want women to turn 30 anymore. You have a young daughter. Do you want her to die before she's 30? Like people keep talking about 30 like it's a death sentence. That's another conversation, okay? So that's not the tweet is not that's just a secondhand. I left my brain on the floor kind of conversation. But this conversation is generally about the things surrounding it, the mindset surrounding the tweet. Okay. So for somebody that has a young daughter and he's still tweeting something like this, it just shows that there are still a lot of men that even their daughters, they don't love them. They don't like their daughters. If we're being honest, that's the truth. If you're being honest. See, a lot of men would tell their daughters to not accept the things that they are doing to their own wives. We can all agree on this, okay? Don't look at me like I'm saying something foreign. You know, in fact, even the men on this channel that have daughters know that there are so many things that they would not want their daughters to accept that they themselves are doing to their own wife currently, okay? In fact, to the mother of that child currently, and they're doing it to even the people around them, their sisters, their mothers, but they don't want their daughters to accept it because there is just that love that is just so different when it comes to their daughter. So for somebody to come and twist this just shows that, oh my God, there are still a bunch of men that even their daughters, they don't care about them. Now let's talk about feminism and misandrist. Okay. Like I said earlier, this is 2026. You shouldn't be on the internet hearing things like feminism, misandrist, and you're not even making research. You not take your phone and make research. These are the things that concerns everybody. If we're being honest, it concerns the men, it concerns the women, it concerns the children, it concerns everybody. And you've not taken your phone to check what it is. You should question yourself. You should question yourself. Because that's just not human behavior. Because humans are meant to seek knowledge and evolve. Okay? But I digress. Okay? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to tell you the definition. Now, I'm going to use something very simple to define feminism and misandrist. Feminists are basically women that are saying treat us as human beings. That's just it. Treat us as human beings. That's just a summary of the definition. It's not bigger than that. That's all it is. Misandrists are people that are saying that we hate men, okay, because of the fact that they've treated us like animals all these years. We hate men for treating us badly. We hate men for being misogynistic. I hope you know the meaning of misogynistic. If you don't know the meaning of being a misogynist, go and Google that one. I won't be the one to tell you. Go and Google it. That's just a simple definition. And there are feminist misandrists. Okay, feminist misandrists are the people that are saying that, okay, we want women to have rights and be treated as human beings, but now I now still hate men for the fact that they treated us badly. Okay, those are the three definitions. I mean, feminist, misandrist, and a feminist that's a misandrist. You get that? It's very simple. I know you're very brilliant. You got it. Okay, good. Let's continue. Now, if he had even said something like Nigerian feminist, I think everybody would have understood what he was saying because we know that there are extremists. We know there are crazy ones. And honestly, I don't even like to use the word crazy ones because are they actually not supposed to be crazy? They are supposed to be crazy. If along over these years we've been treated like we don't matter, like we're useless creatures on earth, even useless is even better. We've just been treated so badly, gripped, sexualized, used as slaves, maids, toys. Why exactly do you want feminists to be to not be angry? You know, a friend of mine, quite young, he was a little bit confused. You know, anytime he sees me and his sister talking about feminism and the anger we used to talk about the things that have been done to women, he's always marveled at the fact that, oh my God, why we always complain, why we always arguing. And one day he's like, why are you guys always angry at this topic whenever you guys are talking about this topic? Why are you always flared up when you're talking about this topic? And then I sat him down and I painted a scenario to him. I was like, imagine you as a man, okay, you're living in a world with another set of species. You know, they're still the same species, sorry. You're living in a world where there's another set of gender. Okay, let's call the genders hermaphrodites. Okay, hermaphrodites are actually humans. They're just hermaphrodites and you're male, but they're hermaphrodites. Okay, in this sense, there are no females in this picture, in this world that I'm painting. No females, only male and hermaphrodites, right? And then these hermaphrodites are stronger than you people, a little bit taller than you people. The average hermaphrodites are taller. The average hermaphrodites are stronger, and they just basically like men, right? But they're a little bit stronger, and they're hermaphrodite. Okay, they have a different organ than you have, and that's all that they are. And then But it's the same process, blood flows through your vein, flows through their vein. And for years, they oppressed you people. They didn't allow you to go to school. They just keep you at home. And then the sacrifice that you're making, you're the one that will give birth, menstruate, push a baby out. And then they see people as valueless, right? And then they can oppress you people. Anyone can see you on the street and decide to pin you down and rape you, and decide to beat you up at any time and decide to harass you on the streets. Basically, you're living in fear every day. And then one day you decide to fight for your freedom. When you start fighting for your freedom, are you going to be smiling and be saying, "Oh my God, why these Hermaphrodites oppressing us? Hermaphrodite, leave us alone, please"? Or will you be angry when you're saying things like that? And then he was like, that's going to be a very fearful world for men to live in. That's the first thing he said. He actually felt scared already at just the picture that I was painting. He has not lived in that world already. It was just a picture. And then he was like, oh my God, he understands it. From that day, he never gave us that look whenever we're talking about it. Because now he's beginning to understand that our anger is valid. Oh, I also made sure that I reminded him that the hermaphrodites that are doing these things, they are good ones. So it's not all hermaphrodites. It's not all hermaphrodites, of course. So, and 6 or 7 out of 10 hermaphrodites are like that. Okay. They have the tendency. They are like that. Pin you down anywhere and just do anything to you because they have the power. And then they think they are born leaders because they have 2 genitals. So yeah, this topic is just to say that there is no logical reason why any sane man should not be in support of feminism. Because I don't see why you derive pleasure in oppressing another set of human beings. I always liken this to children, and I'm like, why would I want to oppress my child? Why would I want to oppress my younger sibling? Why would I want to oppress I'm trying to look for what I could equate the dynamic between men and women and why men just feel the need to oppress women. There is no logical reason why anybody should do that. And if in 2026 you've still not grasped the idea that women are human beings and what feminism is fighting for is valid, then I don't know what to say to you. You're basically a lost cause. And I genuinely pity the people around you, the women around you, your daughters, your wife, your sisters, even your mother. And it's just sad that there are too many percentage of men that still think this way, that still don't want to get better. They don't want to be better human beings. And that's the reason most of them are oppressing feminists, okay? Just because they don't want to be better human beings. Because if you're a good person as a man, you will not be afraid that your wife is a feminist. You won't be afraid that she knows her worth and she loves herself. Because you're not going to treat her like an animal. You're going to treat her like a human being. So why would you be afraid? No sane woman would leave a man that treats her well, that she loves. None. So yeah, that's basically what this discussion is about. If you have a counter, argument, you can leave it in the comment section. If you think that I'm right, you want to buttress my point, leave it in the comment section. If you want to add to it, if you want to remove from it, if you want to, whatever it is that you're feeling and you want to say, just leave it in the comment section. This is open for discussion. Just make sure that you're being respectful and kind about it, because if you come from me, I will not take it easy with you. I won't. Forget that I'm smiling. I would not take it easy with you. No, I won't. Okay. I think that will be all for this discussion. Thanks for watching to this point. Do well to subscribe and watch other of our videos. And thank you so much for liking this video, because I know you've liked it already. Thanks for commenting and thanks for sharing, so we continue the discussion. Bye and God bless you. I'll see you in the next podcast video. I love you. I do. Even the men. Some of you. Bye.